Florida Governor Ron Desantis sues the Biden administration for cheaper Canadian drugs. Let's talk about it. Hey everybody, it's Dr. David. As I have shared before, I keep my conversations relative to politics and politicians to things that are directly related to health and healthcare and well-being. This week I had come across an article about this lawsuit that Florida, the state of Florida, that Governor DeSantis has put in place in order to try to push the federal government to move forward on its pledge to allow for Canadian drug imports to happen in order to bring costs down lower. Now, I really appreciate that he is taking these types of meaningful and aggressive stances on behalf of the citizens of Florida. America is the most expensive place in the world to get healthcare. The average cost per person, per capita in America, is $11,800 per year. Now, to put that into perspective, Switzerland is the second highest, and theirs is 7,200. So we are spending 50% more for healthcare in our country than in anywhere else in the world. And if you look at other countries, a lot of other places, it's a lot less than that. But that's a significant amount of money. Now, on August 31st, Governor DeSantis announced that he was suing the government for delaying Florida's application. Florida was actually the first state in the nation to apply for this program that the government said that was going to go forward. And this in particular was to get medications for diabetes, hepatitis C, mental health, and many other health conditions as well. And this has been going on for 2 years. It's been 2 years now that Florida has been asking for this. Now, in November 2020, so just actually coming up on New Year's on 2 years now, it would save Floridians $150 million with prescription costs. Now, Canadian prescriptions are of same quality as what we have here. This is not something being made in some third world country. It's Canada, right? So that obviously should give us a lot more comfort than if it was from something that a country that just didn't have the type of standards that we do. Now, Governor DeSantis actually lobbied President Trump back in November of 2020, before President Trump had left office, in order to push this forward. Unfortunately, Trump did not do this. $150 million is a lot of money, and that was just really unfortunate because obviously both of these presidents would have had the opportunity to do right by our citizenry. Now, um, what they would actually be doing is allowing the state Medicaid and other healthcare programs to purchase these medications in bulk. Of course, things are always cheaper when you buy it in bulk. And I just have to ask, why is the Biden administration delaying this? I cannot imagine how there would be any benefit. In fact, I would think that as with elections coming up, as I guess there are always perpetual elections coming up, wouldn't you want to put this out forward as that? Wouldn't you want to say, hey, this is another $150 million we're saving Florida, and throw those ads up in Florida for every single state? I don't know what the numbers are nationwide, but that's $150 million. That's a lot of money. Now, I did do a little bit of a deeper dive because that's kind of what I do. If you're a patient of mine, or maybe even outside, you may have heard me talk about a website called GoodRx.com. There are a few other websites that do something similar. I do not know how they are able to do this, but they are able to generate coupons that are significantly lower cost. Okay, now compared to what people can get at retail pharmacies in Canada, so they have like Canadian pharmacies online. The GoodRx numbers that I looked at for a couple different drugs were actually cheaper. Now, that doesn't mean that with large negotiating power like a state would have, that the numbers wouldn't come in a lot cheaper. But at least right now, which again a lot of people don't realize how much there can be significant savings using these online like GoodRx.com. I mean, I can't tell you how many. Sometimes you could see $200 cheaper for a prescription. So, anyways, I hope that helps you. Again, hats off to Governor DeSantis for trying to do something to lower the costs. More importantly, asking our federal government to please don't get yourself involved in this lawsuit. Say to yourselves, hey, this makes a lot of sense. Why are we going to fight this? Let's just make it happen. Thanks and have a good day. If you like what you've been seeing, please hit the subscribe button